Baku speaking. Hello dear listeners, you are tuned into Azerbaijan International Radio. We are starting our English broadcast from the capital Baku. Welcome you to our analytic program. I'm your host Elchin Mirzaev. Colonialism, erasure of religious and national identity. On March 29th, an international conference titled Colonialism, Erasure of Religious and National Identity was organized by the Baku Initiative Group. The conference saw participation from leaders and representatives of the independence movements from territories under French and Dutch colonization, including Guadeloupe, French Guiana, Kanaki, Corsica, Martinique, Reunion, Bonaire, French Polynesia, Mayotte, as well as Wallis and Futuna, alongside political prisoner families. During the event, Abbas, the executive director of the Baku Initiative Group, highlighted the organization's extensive collaboration with 7 colonies shortly after its establishment, which has now expanded to 15 territories. He noted that over the past 2 years, the group has organized more than 20 international conferences, with the current one marking the 25th. These efforts, he emphasized, are pivotal in their commitment the decolonization, functioning as a hub for analysis and publication of statistics on events and damages inflicted by the colonialism in these territories, including social, health, and environmental impact. Jean-Jacob Bicep, Secretary General of the People's Union for the Liberation of Guadeloupe, underscored in his address that forced assimilation has historically been a tool of mass destruction, particularly affecting African communities, reaffirmed Guadeloupe's determination to preserve its culture, heritage, and traditions amidst colonial challenges, advocating for solidarity among all peoples facing colonization. José Martin Jean-Pierre, Secretary of the International Decolonization Front, praised the exemplary support provided by José Martin Jean-Pierre, Secretary of the International Decolonization Front, praised the exemplary support provided by the Baku Initiative Group in the fight against colonialism. He stressed the need to elevate their struggle to an international level, leveraging achievements to strengthen resistance against common adversaries and garner support from global organizations such as the United Nations. The International Decolonization Front stands in solidarity with these people in their quest for justice and sovereignty, advocating for a more just world free from all forms of colonial oppression. The footsteps of a great victory, the April Summit. The April battles hold great significance in the modern history of the Azerbaijani people. It was precisely during these intense clashes that the serious military success achieved over the occupying Armenian forces laid the foundation for Azerbaijan's magnificent historical victory in the glorious 44-day patriotic war 4 years later. It can be stated with absolute certainty that the April battles marked the beginning of the great victory. On April 2nd, 2016, in response to Armenian military units violating the ceasefire along the Armenia-Azerbaijan contact line, Azerbaijan's armed forces launched a large-scale counteroffensive. As a result of these battles, which went down in history as the 4-day war, approximately 800 hectares of occupied land were liberated and returned to Azerbaijan's control. During the fighting, strategic positions around the village of Talush in the Tartar district, the Lalatepe Height in the Jabrail district, as well as positions in the villages of Jojog Marjanlı, Gulistan in the Goranboy district and Madagiz in the Tartar district were freed from enemy occupation. Indeed, the April battles unequivocally shifted the balance of military power in the region in Azerbaijan's favor. The success achieved in the April 2016 battles strengthened the Azerbaijani people's confidence in their ultimate great victory. The people's trust in their state and leader grew even stronger. The enemy, on the other hand, fell into deep panic, realizing that an inevitable and disgraceful defeat was approaching. Most importantly, the April battles shattered the myth fabricated by the criminal Armenian leadership about the so-called impenetrable Armenian trenches. The primary significance of the 4-day war at that time was that it ended the so-called frozen conflict states of the Nagorno-Karabakh issue, turning it into a potential hotspot. Following these battles, not only did the conflicting sides, but also the mediating countries and all other states with interests in the region had to reconsider their approaches and adjust their policies regarding the matter. As a logical consequence of the great military success achieved in the April battles of 2016, Azerbaijan completely liberated its historical and ancestral lands of Karabakh from enemy occupation during the Patriotic War of 2020. The honorable path that began in Lalatepe culminated in the victory in Shusha, finally in September 2023. With the one-day local anti-terror operation, Azerbaijan fully restored its territorial integrity.